April 6, 2018, and I'm doing my 8 to 12 week pregnancy update. So I'm going to be doing week 8, 9, 10, and 11 for what this pregnancy has been. I kind of touched base last time I did this on week 8, but I couldn't finish week 8 because I hadn't finished week 8, so I'm going to finish week 8 now. So week 8 was the hardest week I've had in this entire pregnancy so far. With my previous pregnancy, I never had morning sickness. I never had anything. But with this pregnancy, I had so much sickness. It wasn't something I ate. It was more of the things I smelled. Oh, actually it was stuff. Sometimes I would eat something and, I would feel queasy. I kind of want to say the worst I felt was when I kind of didn't eat for a while. Which, I've heard plenty of that and it sounds reasonable. That's I know one way people try and prevent morning sickness is by eating consistently, but I didn't really have a lot of consistent morning sickness. Just that week was so bad. I never did actually vomit. However, I did get really, really close, twice, so close. It was bad, and I hate vomiting in the first place. So I think I would have had I not been forcing my body not to do it. I wasn't it was just do not throw up, do not throw up, and mentally it was just settling down. So I had a lot of mints at this time and ginger ale. I tried to stay away from soda previously before getting pregnant. Soda was one of the things I was trying to get rid of as far as a diet or healthier choice, and it was going really well. But when that morning sickness hit, I had ginger ale and I kind of felt bad for having it. But then it was kind of hard to stop, which has been pretty bad. I have had way too much sugar, just way too much. But I had that, and I've had these Trader Joe's mints. They're the mintiest mints ever, and that really helps my stomach to settle down. And so those were the two things I was consistently having on that week. So on to the next week was week 9, and I was still kind of taking some of those mints and the ginger ale. The ginger ale I didn't feel like I needed. I just drank it out of wanting to drink something sweet and nice and yummies, because soda, is just yummies. But the morning sickness was subsiding. It was just after I would eat something a little greasy, I would be ooh, sit down. It lasted for about a half hour and then it was gone. The only thing though was at this point I lost my appetite. I still to this point can't find something to eat consistent and healthy. The only thing I can think of is pasta, and it's not even pasta with meat. It's just pasta with sauce, and that's about it. I can tolerate it, and it's not good. I feel so bad just eating that, and I've had some bread, garlic bread or breadsticks with it to bring a little life to the actual meal. But I know it's not good, and I've been trying to add some protein, some veggies. I did pre-cut some carrots, and I'm trying to do that, but I haven't been very good with that. So it's been tough to try and find something consistent to eat since week 9. But at that point I was trying to focus on eating healthier. I consciously got healthier stuff, consciously started eating some carrots instead of chips. I haven't been eating chips, but then we bought a bag of 3 bags of chips, and then I wanted to eat all the chips, and I was like, you know what, I've got carrots, I gotta eat those instead. So I've been a little more conscious on that end. Starting that week, I haven't been following through, to tell you the truth. On to week 10, that was when everything changed and I was feeling loads better. It was such a good week. I wasn't feeling any morning sickness. I think I felt twice, but it was after eating greasy food, as I had mentioned earlier, and it was just ooh, I wasn't wanting this, but it's part of the pregnancy. It comes with the territory. But it was at this point my energy returned. So prior to that, I was needing a nap. I needed to take a nap, like a 2-hour nap, So I would take the nap when my 1-year-old would take a nap, and it would help me get through the day. I could survive. At this point, I didn't need one. I was actually trying to take a nap, and I was like, I'm not falling asleep. Why not? I feel like this is gonna ruin the rest of my day, and it didn't. So I've been super happy about that. I've still been taking naps when I need to or when I can, just to stay alert and ready to, you know, tackle the day with my child and everything else. Week 10 was when I finally visited my OB. I was supposed to visit 8 weeks, but it didn't work out due to insurance issues. Week 10 was when I actually did it. I found out I lost around 4 pounds. It was not intentional at all. You know, it's just the fact that I couldn't find appetite. No like vomiting or anything, because I just did it. 4 pounds for me, I mean, it's not all that much. So that's kind of an update on the weight gain. And also during this visit, she tried to use the Doppler to try and find the heartbeat, and she couldn't. I was able to find it once prior, I think around week 7 or something. Maybe it was week 8. I think I found it, but it was like pushing hard. I was really low, and I think I found it, like just, you could barely hear it. She couldn't find it. She wasn't pressing that hard like as it was. Maybe I'm pressing a little too hard. But I haven't been doing it since because of some ultrasounds I was able to get. And then around this time, I was feeling a lot of gas bubbles down in my intestines. I kind of wanted to say it felt like the baby, but I was like, it's way too early. There's no way that's the baby. That's just gas bubbles, like loads of gas. So that's what I had been feeling. Coming to week 11, we actually got to go to an ultrasound twice. Here is one of the ultrasounds. The other one's in my wallet. This was the better quality one. The first one was from my OB. She didn't actually do it. She had an ultrasound technician do it. And then this one was from a genetic testings. Not that I needed to know anything. I mean, it's good to know, but they told me I was going to get ultrasound, so I said, yeah, I do the genetic testings, but didn't know it was going to be the same day. Turned out to be the same day, but, you know, it was still nice to see it happen. But while at the ultrasound, we were able to see the baby. Unfortunately, I'm super sad I was not able to record in there. I would have loved to have had that recording, but it didn't work out. I was able to see the baby moving while she was on my stomach, and I noticed that those bubble feelings were happening while the baby was moving. So I kind of knew then that those bubble, like, not bubble feelings, but bubble, like, gas feelings are actually baby movements. And it's, I don't know if it's kicking, but it kind of feels like squirming, kind of like that. And in my mind, it's not like anything you can see, nobody can feel it. It's just something internal, small and tiny, and something I am aware of. So when they measured the baby, it was measuring right on point, right at the date it was supposed to be at. Like last time I had the ultrasound, it was measuring the exact same way. Same with this visit, it was measuring just the same way, like just on whatever my app was from my last period, it was measuring that exact same day. So some of the symptoms from week 11 were is emotional. I have been beyond emotional. I cannot watch TV and shows that are heartfelt without bawling my eyes out. I'm not even joking. Like, I'm trying to hold back the tears. Like, it's not even worth crying about, but they're streaming. I've had a little extra more fights with my husband. They're technically unnecessary. It's just my emotions just can't handle it, I think. I have no idea. That's just weird. But it's been so annoying. I personally don't enjoy it. I can't stand it. I know my husband is being a trooper and putting up with all my emotions. So I feel... But around week 11, I actually started to feel my belly grow. Before, you know, it was a lot of bloating. I did have pooch bigger than what I expected, but this was the first week I actually felt that it was expanding more. And last time I think I found it, I felt it around 16 to 17 weeks. But because this is my second time around, I wasn't too far along from my first pregnancy or my first full pregnancy. it's going by faster. My muscles is going back into memory drive, so it's expanding a lot faster. So this is like, when I show you my belly, it's actually partially still, you know, fat and a lot of bloating, but there is, I feel, expansion. So that's been a little uncomfortable. I feel like my stomach has been a lot more sensitive. I can't have the baby like jumping all over me. My 1-year-old, she can't just like be jumping. She loves to jump on top of us, so I tell her she has to be gentle. So yeah, so that's all that I have for these past couple weeks. I wanted to do these on a week 4, like 4 weeks, because I don't feel like, I'm not aware of my body changes. I know a lot of people have, oh, this, that, and the other. I have very few notes as far as it, so on a weekly basis, I'm gonna stand here and be like, I felt sick. So I feel like it's a little more information, not too much. So I'm gonna now show you my belly. I'm wearing a maternity shirt. My husband got this for me for Valentine's Day as a gift. It was super cute. I didn't want to buy any maternity clothes around this time because I was still worried about miscarrying, but he went out and bought it, and it was so sweet. I love it. And then I'm also wearing maternity pants. I have gone full maternity just because of tenderness in my stomach area. The shirt, I mean, sometimes I'll wear a maternity shirt, sometimes I won't. It just happened to be today that I wore this. So if you can see it, but I feel like it's actual pooch. This bottom area right here is so sensitive. This one is so like bloaty. There's no baby up here. It's just fat and bloat, but it's so tough. And this part, you know, has been so tender. And also during this period of time, I have been working on the baby's blanket. With my first pregnancy, I was very adamant about making a blanket for my baby, knitted by myself. I do knit, not like super well, but I did make a blanket, which I'm super proud of. This is it. It was not supposed to be this big. It was trying to be lacy, but it came out too wide. But this was the color I really was into. I'm still into, and I thought perfect because it was a gender neutral. I didn't know the gender at the time when I started it. We still don't know the gender for this baby, but I started its blanket as well. I gave it a little more of a stone color, but since I still enjoy that mint color, I am going with a kind of gray stone, and that mint with the yarn is already in there. It's not like I'm using 2 different yarns. It's already embedded, so it's perfect. And then this one's not going to come as large as the other one because the lace. I did try and find more of a lacy knit pattern, but it's a lot more inwards, but it'll still be fairly big. This is my progress so far with this, and I try and do at least like 1 row, the row I'm working on, and the purl one back. So I'll keep you updated on this as well. So that's it, all I have for this update. I will have another one at my next 16 weeks, and then I will go over 12, 13, 14, and 15. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more, you can check me out. If you want to see more of these, and then I also have vlogs I'm doing, you can check me out in my next video. See you then.